I'm passionately in favour of the Not Ashamed campaign because I think it's really important that Christians should not be ashamed of the gospel. The gospel has been under attack, the church has been under attack, Christianity in our country has been under attack for decades. And in many ways we have shrunk back into the corners, we've shrunk back into the margins of society, and society has been the loser because of that. So I want to see Christians stand up and say, I'm not ashamed of the gospel, up and down the country, in their local communities, in their local neighbourhoods. Not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, but offering that gospel and the values that come from that gospel. So let's get out there together. We're not ashamed of Jesus Christ, are we?
Society tells us, be quiet, the Christian voice is irrelevant. Inside us, I believe, there is a cry that says, no, Jesus is the hope of our nation, and we need to declare what we believe.
This is my cross. It's something I wear with pride. I'm not ashamed of it. But in our country and many other parts of the Western world, Christians are under attack. They're silenced at work. And this is an opportunity for all Christians in Britain to be proud of the cross once again, not to be ashamed of it, because the Christian faith has done so much good to our society. We see it in our laws, we see it in our history, we see it in the many hospitals and schools of our land and throughout the world. That's why I ask so many of you to get behind this campaign, and for you and me not to be ashamed.
My name's Lydia Playfoot and I'm not ashamed because Jesus gives me reason every day to wake up. He gives me purpose and direction, and he wasn't ashamed either, so why should I be?
I'm not ashamed of my faith. I love my God, and I'd like to tell the world that I love my God.
I am standing up and not ashamed of the gospel because the Lord Jesus Christ said, if you will acknowledge me before men, then I will acknowledge you before my Father who is in heaven. And really, I've been a Christian now for some 30-odd years, and I choose to say, I am not ashamed of you, Lord Jesus Christ. This is my opportunity to stand up and be counted.
Like never before, this is a call to the nation to stand united, for the Christian community to stand and say we are not ashamed of the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. This is a time, black, white, Asian Christians, all of us must stand united as one, no matter what part of the world we come from. We've got to get the word out there. As one, we are not ashamed of the beautiful cross that carries our life, the life of Christ. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. Let's be united and say it on the 1st of December.
I'm so glad that somebody's saying, we ought to be saying, we're not ashamed. We're proud of believing in God. We're proud of the Lord Jesus. And we're proud of all that the church has achieved. In spite of its failings, the fact is, it's something to be proud of.
In the last 50 years or so, there's been a veritable campaign to make the nation forget that nearly everything of value in our national life owe everything to Jesus Christ, to his person, his work, and his words. If people are losing their jobs because of their Christian faith, if there is no room allowed for conscience for people to serve in a voluntary capacity as magistrates, for example, or on adoption panels, if people are attacked because they change their belief from one faith to another, these are all serious matters in a free society, and we should be concerned that these things are happening.
I want you to join with me and many others as we come together and share in this Not Ashamed campaign, so that we can speak the beauty of the gospel of Christ across nations, across this nation as well, among our friends and our neighbors, and let them know that we are not ashamed to share the goodness of God with them.
I'm 100% behind the Not Ashamed campaign because I'm not ashamed of the gospel. I believe it is the power of God for people to be saved.
It's a great way of showing that we are prepared to stand up for what we believe in and that we're not just going to back down.
I'm not ashamed of the gospel because Jesus wasn't ashamed of me when I came to him in my hour of need.
This campaign will get Christians mobilised to pray and to witness and to work and to stand up for Christ.
We long to see the churches all over this country standing up and joining in on this campaign. It would be brilliant if they did.
I'm not ashamed of the gospel because it's truth and it's set me free.